Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, y'all. It is your Hoodoo and Conjure cousin Angel, and I actually have a really interesting learning moment for y'all. So, to essentially paint the photo or to paint the picture, I was walking down the stairs of my home, and out of nowhere, my protection necklace popped off of this chain. As y'all see, it's almost like someone had yanked it off of my neck. It was very odd. Funnily enough, while I was walking, I actually heard the pop. There was nothing holding on to the necklace, no weights, no nothing. It just fell off of my neck. Now, where most people might panic, I actually found that as a really good time to try and to educate y'all on what it is that you do in situations like this. Man, y'all, if y'all been following me long enough, you know that no matter what I have on this bullet, I have different kinds. I got AR-15 bullets. I got 9mm bullets. Whatever the bullet is, I probably have a necklace made of it. And of course, I always got to have my gator's head necklace. Now, this is really important though, because while I was walking and this popped off, this particular necklace and these two talismans are particularly charmed to let me know when others are trying to throw work my way, whether it's on purpose or whether or not it's on accident. Because yes, people can actually throw work your way on accident. So first, we're going to talk about what it is that I did. Immediately, once I realized that the necklace had popped, I went and grabbed another one of my chains, another blessed chain, because I keep quite a few of them on deck, and I immediately decided to do some divination. My question was, why? Who could possibly be throwing work or energy my way in order for this to even have happened? Well, we got the Five of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords, when you look at it from a practical sense, oftentimes talks about winning an argument or winning a conversation by any means necessary. 3 swords in the front, 2 swords behind you can also symbolize unknown, unseen forces trying to act in an attempt to harm you. Right side up, this usually talks about unseen forces or even sometimes you being the force that is causing the tension in your life. Right? Now, this being reversed, I wouldn't have really much to worry about. But then I had to ask the question, why? Why all of a sudden now am I having this energy thrown my way? What's the purpose? What does it serve? What does it do? Who is this individual? Or what exactly is it they are trying to stop? Because it's not always one person. And in this case, I was able to get the confirmation further that it's not just one singular person. I'm an individual that is online and I'm relatively well known online, which means I have a lot of eyes and a lot of people that interact with my content every single day. And there's no telling what energetic, I would say, purpose they have for viewing my content. It could be curiosity, it could be jealousy, it could be resentment. Sometimes it can even just be due to being nosy. All of that can begin to pile up and affect you. So after a little bit of conversation with my ancestors, I asked on what it is that I needed to do. But first, I asked what exactly was the reason and the purpose for this energy being sent my way. And the reason is because they're trying to stop this. Ace of Pentacles and the Sun. This is a really auspicious ruling. Think of it as kind of like the golden duo. Ace of Pentacles talks about new opportunities, finances, growth. As a business owner, y'all know that I'm doing more and more, especially more in Houston. Doing that means that you're going to interact with and or come across a lot of negative energy from individuals that might not want to see you grow. And it's not always purposeful. The Sun talks about literally the dawning of the sun. There's nothing that they can do to stop it, but the jealousy does mean that they will try to slow it down. The Ace of Pentacles and the Sun, and I'm gonna put the overall reasoning right here for y'all. But the Ace of Pentacles and the Sun is the energy that they are trying to slow down and stop from reaching me. And now onto my favorite part, which was how exactly it is I'm going to rectify and rearrange this energy. First and foremost, there's transmutation. I'm not going to tell y'all how I'm going to do it because it's a pretty intense way. But I was also guided to homemade Florida water, sprinkle that in every corner of the home, get some of my Van floor wash, clean the floors with that. And of course, on my front and on my back door, I'm going to be using my war water. I'm not going to show y'all her because she is very volatile and she does not like to be bothered unless she is being used. But I wanted to take this moment to show y'all what mundane magic looks like. How the small things that most people wouldn't even notice becomes a whistle that lets you know that something is just around the corner. This is why it's also important to constantly be aware of your surroundings and aware of the things that are happening, because sometimes what looks like an accidental chain pop or something random happening can sometimes, or honestly, oftentimes, be a hint that your ancestors are trying to give you about what it is that someone has planned for you. Now, cousin gonna go ahead and get to work, and I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Love you. Bye.